Started doing a documentary for the Wildlife Trust. When we first started, what was it like? It was like we didn't really want to get involved, did we?
No, I didn't. I mean, I just got there and we saw like loads of horses.
We was in the car, like, yeah,
and
we just
was like, what
purely
is this?
interview only. We're going to do these interviews, go, that's it.
And then she goes climb the fence.
And then she said hop the fence.
And then a saw came out.
Yeah, and she was like, you ready to get involved?
A tree got pointed at.
Yeah.
And then we started to cut down the tree.
Who started cutting down the tree?
I did start cutting down the tree, yes.
Yeah.
I didn't finish because I had a break.
Yeah.
And that's when you intervened.
Okay, yeah. Is that
yeah,
how
you couldn't finish it.
So yeah, I actually finished it off.
Oh, no,
because you got a bad back.
Nah,
as you will see in the tape. Okay, so we're here today at the Beacon Course in Newmarket. We're here with Rachel from the Wildlife Trust, and we're going to be doing some scrub clearing.
So Rachel, what exactly is scrub clearing?
Scrub clearing is where we actually clear away any grown up mini trees like the hawthorn we have here and the blackthorn. This used to be a road before the A14, which you can hear in the background, was put in, and this is now obviously all grown over. And because we have found some rare grassland species, which, because it's also chalk, which also makes it even more special, because there's not very many chalk grasslands in the UK, that we are now cutting down this scrub so we can actually then allow some of the rare species to come out and flourish. So we're going as far in as this tree what we put in, because this line we're going to follow all the way down to here. Okay.
Pretty much.
Hold up.
So thank you for having us today. Really enjoyed it. It was really good. I hope more people learn that it's good to do and it's fun.
Definitely.
You're very welcome. It's better than sitting at home.
Definitely.
On your bum not doing it, being bored.
So
really
basically come out, get dirty and help you clean up the wildlife.
Yep, you can keep it well for the wildlife, and you even get free tea and coffee.
Yeah, and free lunch, yeah.
Well, not necessarily free lunch, but or if you're very lucky like today, you get free mince pies.
Yeah, then after that, what was the other one? We went on that little wildlife walk.
That walk around the forest.
The forest, yeah, that was pretty good. We got to see quite a few different things. We got a few different habitats. They got like ponds, that sort of thing. You saw like some frogs and tadpoles, that sort of thing.
Did we see a badger? I'm sure I saw a badger. You said he wasn't a badger, but
I don't know. I saw a hedgehog. Definitely saw a hedgehog, and like squirrels and different types of birds.
Squirrels
and
aren't really wildlife though.
Oh, they're not wildlife, they're animals.
Yeah, but I mean, squirrels are like in flipping, what's it called? Race colours. I saw like a badger and you was like, that's not.
But they're still technically classed as wildlife because there are animals and they live in that habitat, and it is really nice. You saw some different funguses as well, didn't we? Growing on the trees. The guy was pointing out different things for us, different types of trees, different flowers, all that sort of thing. Basically anything to do with the wildlife, he was pointing it out to us, and we were talking to him about it and everything. And then yeah, we interviewed quite a few people about the sort of things they do in the Wildlife Trust.
And why they joined it.
And why they joined it.
And why they like doing it.
Yeah.
Hello, my name's Cameron. I'm a volunteer here at the Wildlife Trust.
Sure, my name is Henry Stanier. I'm the Ecology Groups Officer for the Wildlife Trust.
I'm Rachel Shield. I'm a voluntary officer.
And I manage a large number of volunteers who gather a lot of data on our nature reserves, basically to help us manage our nature reserves better and to test the various aspects that we carry out on our nature reserves, management such as grazing, digging out scrapes and ponds, and creating new, bigger, better nature reserves.
What I do is I come out, I help to run projects, I do what we've done today. I've come out and helped volunteer with the volunteers, gaining experience on how to deal with volunteers and what the projects that we do, and I do various things from being in the office to being outdoors. So yes.
Oh,
and I also do, I've run education visits, so
what, to schools and stuff?
to schools, so we go into schools and educate the children on the ways that they can find wildlife. You know, we start small, we don't obviously go straight in with everything.
Well, my job title is voluntary education assistant, so I assist in delivering and organising our education and communities activities, be it school groups, community groups, or anything where we're interacting with the community.
Okay.
And what sort of information do you gather, and how do you go about gathering it?
Well, the information can involve a wide range of subjects, bats, birds, plants. With the bats, we gather information about their behaviour, what they're doing in our woodlands, between our woodlands, whether they're feeding or moving. We also gather information about plants, what a meadow might have in terms of the dominant plants that live in it. And birds, we look at where they breed. So if they're breeding in particular parts of our woodland or scrub, then that tells us something about how well the woodland is being managed to produce their breeding habitats and their nesting habitats.
For those who don't know what the Wildlife Trust is, can you introduce it just for them?
The Wildlife Trust it's under a national umbrella, but each county basically runs their own trust, so we were responsible for our own funding and you know, getting the volunteers and everything else. I mean, this county is one of the biggest ones that we have, in that we have 4 of them, because we have Cambridgeshire, which we're in today, we have Peterborough, Northamptonshire and Bedfordshire. So it's kind of one of the biggest ones that we have. They were all separate, but we've amalgamated into one because it saves money and makes life easier for the trust. But we basically we have different aspects. I mean, this is where today's on chalk grassland, and each of them have a different aspect. Like the Northamptonshire, Nene Valley is very important.
Okay.
With the waterways.
So when you work in that particular area, in Northamptonshire, I take it,
yeah? Yeah. But the Wildlife Trust is basically, we're trying to conserve what wildlife we have. This is basically what Wildlife Trust is. It's an organisation that try and conserve wildlife locally. That's why we're sometimes known as your local wildlife trust, as your county. You know, we come under one big umbrella.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
The Wildlife Trust is important because without a body such as us, this is just my opinions, I think there's no one really to act on behalf of nature on a local level. And a lot of, wildlife might be overlooked in, say, planning applications, that sort of thing. And also a lot of, from my perspective as part of the communities team, a lot of children these days are quite disconnected from nature. And I think it's important to try and re-establish that connection, both for, as it's important for wildlife in the future, and it benefits the children as well.
So why do you need people to volunteer for the Wildlife Trust?
Well, the Wildlife Trust is a charity, and being a charity, we are dependent on donations from our members, which is fantastic for them to do, but obviously because we are volunteer, we can only then have a limited amount of staff that we can actually physically employ. So it is fantastic that we get volunteers to come out, we get them to help do the work, like today we've been doing scrub clearance. It helps us enormously. If we didn't have volunteers, we really wouldn't be able to function.
Community events are generally aimed at families, so a lot of the activities there will be aimed at children, but also done in such a way as to try and get the whole family involved. So most of our events are for families. Specifically for children, we do outreach to schools, and schools can come here as well. And we have like a selection of, some of our other centres have a selection of school programmes where they can come and do as like an external education provider, or groups, say there's like the Scouts, other voluntary organisations can come and experience our nature reserve and be led by either myself or one of the staff, and try and get out there and experience nature.
Anyone can join the ecology groups. There is no age limit. Just for legal reasons, very young children need to be accompanied, but ultimately there is no age limit involved here, and we often have people come along with their parents as well, whether the parents are just looking after them when they're just very, very small babies and they're just there for the ride, or people are actually learning. I mean, the Trust does have a junior branch that gets people involved in a whole range of activities, Watch, and so Watch may one day take kids out, do a survey, next day they may go out and do a little bit of habitat management, you know, so on and so forth. So they do a range of things. But yeah, we have quite a large range.
Yeah. And then we also interviewed a few other people, just some students around uni, to see if they'd be interested in sort of doing anything wildlife with the Wildlife Trust, or anything volunteering wise as in general, really. Roughly how much free time would you say you get in an average week?
A week? Oh, well, it changes from week to week, but to be honest, I probably have a good 20 hours I could give of my time away, sort of thing, a week, so it's quite a bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes in a week I'm free, but most of the time I'm busy, so...
At uni, Wednesdays I pretty much have off.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fairly busy really, if I'm honest. I do quite a lot of working, so not really, I don't have that much time for volunteering overall.
What about you?
I'm about the same, being a full-time student and also having full-time work.
That's
hard times.
That's a bit unfortunate. Do you lads know what the Wildlife Trust is?
Yeah.
No, I don't actually.
You don't know?
I have.
You have heard of the Wildlife Trust?
Oh yeah, I do actually. I've seen some flyers and stuff like that, so yeah.
Okay, so...
No, not yet,
No? Okay, that's fine. No, basically they're people, they preserve the wildlife, basically. They've got a few areas up and down the country that they look after and that sort of thing.
Are you a person that cares about the environment, or you don't really?
Well, actually I do. Well, right now the world is not in a good state as it is, so it is like good to look after the environment and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a huge attraction, and I think the people of Britain need to appreciate nature a bit more, because at the moment we turn a bit of a blind eye to it, really, isn't it? And I think we should learn to enjoy it a bit more and maintain it.
Would you consider volunteering?
Yeah,
maybe later in life after you've graduated, when you've got a little bit more time to do it, then it will be doable.
If I hear a bit more about it, I might.
If you heard a bit more about it, that's fine. We chatted to a few people, and we tended to find a lot more with the younger people. It's more, if they have the free time, they would be willing to do it.
See,
but a lot of them haven't really got free time to do it with all the uni work and stuff.
But I found a lot of maybes though, like when I was talking to people, maybe, I'm not sure, because a lot of people don't really know what it is, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But that's understandable, because we didn't really know what it was.
We didn't really know what we were getting involved into,
went there.
But it was good fun.
It's pretty fun stuff.
Once we actually started getting involved, once she said hop the fence, and we hopped the fence, and she gave us the safety talk.
Oh,
it was all really good on how to use all the stuff.
How to use the saw, how to put on the gloves.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to put on the gloves before I had that safety talk, which was pretty convenient.
And we did some good stuff with the Wildlife Trust, and I think it was good fun. And
would you recommend it?
I think I would recommend it, yeah.
Would you do it again? That's the question.
If I have the spare time, then yeah, definitely. I think I would do it again.
Would you, when you finish uni, would you put your name down?
More than likely, yeah, because it's the wildlife. You know, the wildlife affects everyone, the environment and everything.
Totally.
So it's a good thing to get involved in, because you're not just helping yourself, you're helping the environment as well as everyone else.
You're giving back, basically.
Yeah, you're giving back.
That's the way. I would too, basically. Yeah. I would actually put my name down.